Story 1. I'd make it easier to find niche communities. While subreddits are great, there could be a more intuitive way to discover new, specific topics that align with personal interests without feeling lost in the noise. Maybe a smart recommendation system based on your activity and not just popularity. Story 2. I would make it easier to discover smaller, niche communities. Sometimes it feels like the popular subreddits get all the attention, but there are so many hidden gems out there. Story 3. I would like it to just show me the subreddits I'm actually subscribed to and not random subreddits I've never looked at before like it used to. Why do I keep getting posts from subreddits about TV shows I've never seen in my life? Story 4. The voting system is flawed. What began as a misguided and ill-fated attempt to create a posting meritocracy has turned everything on every subreddit into a massive insular echo chamber. Story 5. I would go back to communities discouraging people who posted bad content out of their subreddits. Reddit was a much better place when people took the content posted in their subreddits more seriously. All this political arguing and general complaining about everything used to be a fringe mindset that was largely unwelcome on the site as a whole. Edit. Also, bring back actually fun April Fool's Day stuff like the button or Robin. And also bring back the old school Reddit Secret Santa. Story 6. The moderators are ridiculous. In some subreddits, they will remove your comment because you don't have enough post karma. If you respond, "That's fine, I've muted this subreddit," they will block you from sending any more responses to moderators in that particular subreddit. They are revenge-based and not the sharpest tools in the shed. I also get the impression they have delusions of grandeur about their own self-worth. Story 7. Either get rid of showing upvotes or downvotes, or show all of them. The current system encourages groupthink and cheap content from people seeking approval. Removing upvotes and downvotes would eliminate the dopamine hits people get from an upvoted comment, but it would encourage more balanced and frank discussions. Many people avoid these discussions due to the social rejection they experience from downvotes. Even if you didn't scrap it entirely and just showed all upvotes and downvotes on a post, you might at least encourage more frank discussion because it's encouraging to see that someone agrees with you. Story 8. This is more of a general question first, but do people make any genuine friendships on here? Can creeps stop messaging people for weird sexual stuff? And can we just talk about mundane things? Haha. Story 9. It's pretty safe to say that Reddit is a shell of its former self after the application programming interface changes. Killed the only good Reddit app and 75% of real users with it. I don't think there's undoing the harm, even if they see the error of their ways. Story 10. The moderators being able to ban people permanently from a subreddit when the person broke no rules of Reddit or the subreddit. There needs to be a justification process that is verified. Otherwise, it is just a temporary ban. Story 11. Moderators should be seriously reined in. The way things are right now, any moderator in a given subreddit can permanently ban anyone at any time for any reason, without any checks and balances. It's not hard to imagine the abuses of power that this policy can, and does, cause. Not only should moderators not be able to permanently ban, but bans should have to happen in a strictly progressive order on any given subreddit. For example, the first ban might be for a week, the second for 2 weeks, then a month, then 3 months, then 6 months. 6 months should be the maximum ban possible. Additionally, the ban counter should reset if the person goes a year or something without any additional bans. The larger bans, 1 month or more, should also require a second moderator to review and sign off on it, to ensure that the reasoning is legitimate and not petty or vindictive. Story 12. Unhide the vote totals. It used to show the actual up and down counts instead of just the sum of the two. A post that is +5 because it is +5 and -0 is a very different reception than a +5 from +1005 and -1000. The conspiracy theorist in me thinks this change was made so it's easier to manipulate public opinion on this site. A negative comment at -5 just appears as unpopular, but if that negative comment is actually +1000 and -1005, then it shows there's actually a lot of support for it and sentiments are nearly evenly split. Story 13. Moderation should be done internally. No subreddit should be controlled by an ego with intentions other than having fair discussion. I could name subreddits where I know the moderators and top commenters are paid employees of marketing companies, as I have some in my family. This means they are going to say really nice things about a bad television show they don't even like, while these moderators with over 30 accounts delete comments that fairly criticize the show. This creates a fake environment and distorts reality, and I'm certain this type of thing happens in all sorts of subreddits. Story 14, moderators should be vetted better, and there should be a clear standard for how they are allowed to use power. Additionally, there should be a better and easier process for users to report an abuse of power. There should also be a separate group, aside from administrators, that reviews these matters to be as neutral as possible. There is too much bias now. Story 15. Being banned for trivial reasons or for nothing at all. I got banned from the subreddit Meet for replying skirt steak when someone asked which cut something was. When I appealed, they said I was banned for ban evasion, which never happened. Moderators need to be subject to accountability. Story 16. The way that comment chains work is disrupted when someone has blocked you. The way blocking on this site works is that when someone has you blocked, their comments appear as deleted to you, which is fine on its own. But it also prevents you from replying or voting on anyone else's comments in threads that they're a part of, and also breaks the comment chains so they don't fully load. This creates a frustrating situation where if you reply to someone and then they block you, if someone else comes along and replies to you, you cannot reply or vote to them now. Unless you go to your comment through a direct link, you won't be able to expand the comment chains to see the replies as well. Story 17. Mods that do their jobs. I am not just talking about abuse of power, I am also talking about not taking action when they should. I reported someone for saying that the age of consent was meaningless, but apparently that is not at all problematic. It is constant too, stuff needs to be regulated in a huge way. Story 18. Remove ads. Bring back Celebrity Ask Me Anything with Victoria. Free application programming interface so I don't have to use the web because I refuse to even be bothered with your app. And what is that little person's name again? Story 19. Add more administrators, and as somebody active in Reddit chat channels, fix all the major bugs going on. It's annoying when chat channels that are active don't get recommended when there's an active moderation team in them, yet unmoderated, awful chats that are mostly inactive somehow do get recommended. Story 20. Posts that moderators remove should be required to list the reason why it was removed for everyone to see. Basically, half of the posts I've commented on have been removed while a conversation was going on in the comments, and Reddit does not tell me, as not the original poster, why this post was removed. I just have to figure out how to get to a removed post and read the comments that are still being posted on it. Story 21. This stupid glitch I've been dealing with all day. It's the only application that's loading slowly for me and saying, failed to post, when I try to make comments. Like I know you all can see this. Story 22. Bring back the old new Reddit. The one where you could view in compact view and not have to see image thumbnails. Also, the dark mode was more of a dark gray instead of the high contrast black with white text. I would also bring back gallery view on all subreddits to view fan art, images, etc., in a consolidated grid instead of having to scroll and view them one at a time. Finally, I would bring back the old Reddit awards in gold, along with the monthly freebie award. Story 23. I wish it could be ad-free and bot-free. I also wish there was the option to review with a moderator so that all your information is scrubbed when you delete your profile. I've been burned by that before. Story 24. 1. Allow third-party applications again. Do a better job of sharing niche subreddits on the front page. Quarantine political posts or improve filters for users. Story 25. I don't like how, because of your interest in this, we're showing you this keeps pushing the real stuff I like down. Why not put that down after I scroll through all the stuff I already like? Story 26. Should not be able to get banned from a subreddit just because of which political side you lean, or if you disagree with someone or a certain topic. I do not really know how one would fix this issue, but it is rampant in most of the main country or province subreddits. Subreddits need to be more neutral instead of being echo chambers. I would even go as far as to say moderators should not be able to outright ban people permanently, maybe delete posts and give temporary bans but not permanent bans. Things like bots or spam could be handled Reddit-wide via some sort of filter system and by being able to report something as spam. Story 27. Get rid of vote bots. Get rid of post bots. Get rid of comment bots. Allow the option for negative comments always shown. Highlight all suspected brigade or bot accounts in red. Get rid of that unnecessary psychological help notification. Also, pretty much anything user interface-wise that Apollo did, you should do. Story 28. I would bring back the old algorithm. It used to be that seeing the same posts all day long meant huge engagement on a single story or post. Now it's the default. Story 29. Conservatives like Reddit too. They just don't enjoy the front page being completely liberal propaganda. There is so much good stuff on here and great people. I hate that it's so political. Story 30. More free speech, less tightly regulated echo chamber. No blanket banning from many subreddits because you joined a subreddit one moderator doesn't like. Is there a war between moderators? Story 31. This would have absolutely disastrous consequences, and I'm sure it will never be implemented properly, but add something like community notes. The backlash that would happen because of it would be significant. Story 32. Remove ads, remove censorship, remove bots, and do not allow reposts. Make me the Reddit king. As your newly elected ruler, I would demand total obedience and every post would have to end with glory to Baman Rudaboy III. Your firstborns would be mine and, at the ripe age of 8, begin their holy work as moderators to ensure and uphold Rubaboyan doctrine and values. And better pornography. Story 33. Remove downvotes and add actual consequences for power-hungry moderators. This site is so unnaturally biased that it's one of the biggest jokes of the internet among normal people. Story 34. This karma nonsense means you can post to specific groups when you need advice. At this rate, I'll be collecting my pension before I can post and have conversations in the places I need to. Story 35. Moderators can ban you for having an opinion. I'm right-wing politically. Don't like it? Have a sandwich. Or moderators can ban you from certain communities for going against the grain. I'm not rude or insulting. I don't troll people. I'm just conservative. Reddit is a liberal echo chamber, huge on Kamala Harris, etc. Trump won and Reddit has lost their mind. Story 36. Make it a universal law that replying to a post asking for one thing with a snarky, useless comment gets that comment automatically removed. Post. I need advice on how to fix __ on my Windows computer. Comment. Switch to Linux. Story 37. I would figure out a way to get rid of trolls, the people who downvote for no reason and create arguments about nothing. Perhaps we should outlaw the words. Well, actually. Story 38. Well, the Reddit application is total garbage, so I would start by fixing that. Half the time I use it, none of the buttons or links do anything, and all I can do is scroll. Videos almost never load fully, so I usually only end up watching the first few seconds before it stops. Story 39. Get rid of AI stuff. I am so sick of just use chatbot, just use AI pencil, or whatever it is. Why would I waste my time reading or watching something nobody could be bothered to write or draw? Story 40. I have often wondered whether Reddit would be a much healthier place if they kept the ability to upvote to surface good content but remove downvotes. In practice, downvotes are used to suppress dissenting opinions. They are why Reddit has become synonymous with echo chamber. Some of you may not realize this, but Reddit's user guidelines used to say, do not downvote comments just because you disagree with them. They quietly deleted that line a few years ago. Story 41. Get rid of all moderators and start fresh. Reddit is now a publicly traded company, and yet moderators are working for free. It needs to be paid positions. And why are the moderators working for free? The answer is because they love pushing an agenda and banning anyone with right-wing ideals. Never talk to a moderator that wasn't power-tripping except on Wall Street bets. Like, why is the Florida, Georgia, Texas, and politics subreddit 100% left-leaning? Story 42. The AskReddit rules. If I have a magnetic wallet without radio frequency identification protection that holds my bank cards, and I try to make a payment using the near-field communication feature on my phone's wallet app. Is there a chance the payment terminal could detect my bank cards instead of my phone? I can't post this question in any form. Story 43. Change the rules. Half of the posts that are interesting are locked when they are recommended in my feed. Most of them seem pointless other than the moderators being overly sensitive. Story 44. I honestly couldn't care less for the karma system. I understand it's what makes Reddit unique, but it also creates a bit of a circle jerk mentality in a lot of threads, where any opposing opinions are downvoted to the point they are hidden. Story 45. A way to drastically cut back on subreddit suggestions in my feed. I don't mind getting them in my feed, but when it basically becomes my feed, it's extremely annoying. Story 46. No more default subscriptions, although I'm not sure how that would work. You sign up for an account, then you go out and find the subscriptions you want and follow them. Everyone starts with a blank slate on a new account. Story 47. Separate subreddit creators from moderators. They may not be the same thing. Give creators more power over the way voting works and other features, like having rules for posting visible and requiring a checkbox to confirm you've read them before you post a comment. Give moderators more useful tools, such as better internal communication and the ability to have a chat around a report to decide how to handle it. Implement ban timers. Add various types of voting, such as helpful, agree, funny, on topic, etc. Allow users to sort or filter responses by these options. Place a link to your saved pages at the top next to your avatar, and enable easy searching within it. Allow blocking of subreddits, not just individual posters, so the subreddit never appears and links to it don't work. Make your personal page much more customizable. Finally, figure out what's causing all the server issues daily and fix it.